Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Back Porch Lounge. We are leaf cutters, and we're not professionals, but we are here to help. And I'm your host, Ben.
I'm Andy.
You got
Robert.
And I'm Zack.
All right.
We just killed the alphabet there.
Alphabetical.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the past couple of episodes, Robert's like, I'm going to jump the gun. I'm going to jump the gun. I'm going to jump it.
It's okay. I understand.
He's
I'm not
eager.
good enough to say my name. Like I'm tainting
He's
the pool.
eager to be on the podcast, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm poisoning the well, if you will.
I'm just happy
Pretty
to
much.
be here.
Um,
It's so nice to
but-
be invited.
tonight's episode, we do have a feature shop again. It is, of course, badasspenny.com.
Hey, you said it right.
.com, where you get
I said it right this time. No, last time I did mess up. It's not pennies, it's penny. But it's badasspenny.com. They are purveyors of cigars. And I found out today they have all kinds of stuff like mugs and jewelry and all stuff that says fuck. They have
What was
plenty. Fuck.
I thought he screwed up for a second, and then I realized no, that's her stuff actually says fuck. Like yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Her stuff says fuck everywhere. I think,
yeah, everywhere.
but it's all pretty. I mean, it's like on their mugs, it's like prettily written out. So it's like, fuck. But you feel good about it.
All right.
Yes. I made up that word. I'm going to copyright it next Tuesday.
Digging it. It'll be in Webster's next week.
Pretty
Get
much.
your tobacco
But then-
and fucking shit. Badasspenny.com.
See, we need to record that. and
We need
send
to
it
save that.
Jingle.
Actually, that's going to be the clip that we use for everything now. It's
Guys,
like, I'm not even going to do an intro for pennies. It's just going to be that jingle.
here's a word from our sponsor, and there's just Grimm. Just being an idiot.
But she's a purveyor of cigars. She did have pet stuff on there. She didn't have it this time, but it's probably going to be coming next go around. But please do check her out. She's supplied us with our cigars, and tonight's cigar is going to be the Black Label Trading Company's Lawless. It is a Nicaraguan filler. It is a 5 by, what is it, 60?
No, 50, 54.
50. I think it's 50, yeah. 5 by 50. It's a medium strength smoke, supposedly. I don't know about that yet. It's pretty dark for
Okay,
medium.
so
Why you guys judge it like that?
But I'm excited about it because the aroma of it does smell really good.
I've been sniffing for like the last
Earthy,
half hour.
Yeah, I know. all of us have mentioned this even before the podcast that this smells good and it smells like it's going to go down smooth. So,
It smells fantastic.
so while we're lining up, Robert has a question.
So, to follow up last week's question on the humidor, do you put the cigar in the humidor wrapped or unwrapped?
Great question. That is
Wrapped by
a
the cellophane, right?
loaded question. Yeah, the cellophane. That's what he's talking
Okay.
about. It's a loaded question because there's so many differences of opinion on this very subject. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on it really quick. Andy has an opposing opinion, so, we won't hear from him.
What? I quit. That's it. I'm pulling it.
Yeah, we're starting our own new podcast.
That's right. Come on, girl.
LeafBenders.com.
No, for the most part, it is actually better for you to have it in the cellophane and put it in storage than it is to not. And let me just give you an example. Say you have a whole bunch of different cigars that you have in your humidor, like I do, right? Well, those are different tobaccos, those are different flavors, those are different tastes in each cigar.
Point
If
of
you have
order.
next to each other. Hold on. Go
Those
ahead.
aren't your cigars. Those are Robert's.
Okay.
Dang.
So if you're storing Robert cigars like I do,
Call me out.
you have different ones. You have different flavors, different aromas, different everything, and they'll kind of start bleeding together if you have them in there for a long period of time. So some of your cigars will start tasting the same, even though they're completely different. You run that risk if you have them outside of the cellophane, right? But if you keep them inside the cellophane, it's a lot better. Another rule of thought on this is when it's in the cellophane and you're don't have a humidor that's kept at 70%, it's better to have it in the cellophane. It'll keep longer. It won't dry out as quick, and it's just better for the cigar. So those are two big points on it. So I think Andy has the opposing view on that one.
I don't know if it's an opposing view. I've always heard, I guess, more recently in the last, 10, 15 years, at this point it doesn't really matter. The cellophane was there, as you say, to maintain some of that humidification and freshness with the advent of the, newer technology, newer fancy cellophane. They're a lot more permeable. Maybe that's the right word. I don't know. I don't do science. But they have a lot more moisture through, just similar to having the cellophane off. Mine are, in my humidor, it's kind of 50-50. Just depends on when I get the cigar, if it had cellophane on it to start with. I don't pretend to tell anybody either way. It's more of a personal decision, but I prefer
Deeply
mine
personal.
deeply personal. I prefer mine without. And yeah, I think the concept of having flavors marry and mingle, with multiple types of cigars in your humidor isn't a bad thing.
No, it isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you're a person not like us, because we don't do very flavored cigars, but if you put your vanilla cigars in there with your regular cigars with everything else, you're going to mix that, and everything's going to start tasting the same.
Honestly, if I have flavored cigars, my flavored cigars are going in a whole nother damn box because I don't want that shit anywhere near my good cigars.
And that's the point I'm getting at with the, it's better to have the cellophane on it to do that. But there's also another part where if you're going to have something you're going to store it for a long time, take it out of the cellophane.
Totally. I've got cigars in my humidor that are 12 years old.
Yeah, take them out of the cellophane. It's going to do much better over a long period of time out of the cellophane than it is inside the cellophane. Now, if you're just a casual smoker and you just buy to smoke like within a few days, leave it in the cellophane, throw it in the box, don't even worry about it.
Wait, cigars are supposed to last more than a couple of weeks?
Not always.
on the person, I
3 or
guess.
4 cigars a day, brother.
Just one a day.
So
Yeah.
I've got
One when
some
you're sick.
opinions on the cellophane stuff. I generally leave the cellophane on because of laziness, but it's there, from what I understand, as to protect the cigar during shipping. And a lot of times I don't smoke the cigars at my house. I'm going to take them to my favorite, restaurant patio or friend's patio or something and have it there. And I'm just kind of trying to protect the cigar a little bit, usually with the cellophane on it. The other thing I'd kind of heard, and one of the reasons why I leave the cellophane on, is my humidor does not store much moisture on its own. It's plastic. It's a Pelican case. So because of that, I think that the moisture is going to leave the cigar slower. It's also going to enter the cigar slower. But I think it maintains a little bit of better humidity in my humidor because it's not as quickly leaving the humidor when I open it.
Yeah, that's another thing to factor in. If you open and close your humidor a lot,
yeah,
it's going to be a lot better for you to keep it in the cellophane.
But the main reason is that I'm moderately lazy when it comes to the cellophane.
I mean, that's a valid reason.
That's honesty.
Yeah.
There you go. So I hope that answers your question.
That's a good question.
All right. Let's do a check-in on these cigars here.
Well, I just got the tip, like just a little.
So how did it light up for you?
It exploded at me when I cut the tip, so that was a little off-putting. I don't understand what that was, but like I had tobacco everywhere when I took the.
That's called release, sir, and you did it right.
That's not how Wes was born.
Does your cigar need a cigarette at this point, or is he gonna be okay?
It's already smoked
Do
too.
both of you need a cigarette?
No, I mean it's pretty decent so far though. It's I don't know how I'd call it a medium blend though. It's definitely it's rough.
It's rough.
Rough.
I like it
for
rough.
you,
So
that's-
don't hate on me. Don't kink shame me, but
Oh, we don't kink shame.
But following up on that, I agree with Grimm. It's a little bit heavier than medium, so I'm not exactly sure where the medium came from. But it lit up well, has a good draw on it, plenty of smoke. It actually has a heavier smoke than I thought it would. Being a 50 gauge, but I like it.
Yeah, it's good. Follow both of you on that. It's definitely more than a medium, but not like super heavy. This smoke output is really good, and the draw is like perfect on the cigar. I getting some weird ash, but it's holding fine. And as for flavors and stuff, it's just kind of. I mean, the description on the cigar says earthy, and it's definitely delivering earthy. But I like it a lot so far.
But it doesn't taste like dirt.
No.
I'll go. Yeah, I'm with y'all. It lit well. It's burning well. It's got good flavor. I definitely taste the earth and maybe a little pepper, maybe a little leather.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't do well with. I have a hard time disliking anything. Kind of. Maybe I'm biased from Black Label. So
They're pretty good cigars.
And I'll agree with everyone. The draw is really nice. A lot of smoke. Been easy. So far, so good.
I definitely have been enjoying.
I'm not sure.
All right, so
It's got some spicy to it, but it's not like black pepper. It's like
yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't quite get
Yeah.
the pepper there. It's like a couple weeks ago when we had the Camacho, there was pepper there. This one, I don't have any pepper.
for lack of a good descriptor, I'm going to call it white pepper because it's a little milder, but not the same. But it's not that. It's different.
All right. So I have a softball question for y'all this week. What is your favorite drink when you're smoking? It could be alcohol, it could be regular, it could be water, whatever. What's your favorite drink when you're smoking? Wow.
well played, Zach.
No,
Well, I mean, it could be a loaded question. I mean, because it could be like,
It is
it really depends on the cigar. 'Cause
I'm not.
doesn't.
I'm not sure I'm that particular.
No,
some people are, though. Some people are very particular about, pairing a certain drink with a cigar. Like, for example, over the weekend, I had a cigar that I never had before, but I really wanted a black cherry beer, right? So I was like, I don't know if it's gonna pair good with this cigar because it had tones of coffee in it. It wasn't a coffee flavored cigar, but it did have tones of coffee in it. but it paired really well. I was like, man, I could drink this and smoke this all day, So, what would be your favorite drink when you're smoking?
I think that depends on when I'm smoking. But
Yeah.
Whiskey that doesn't have a name involved. Like Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, Evan Williams. I don't want that. I want something that's slightly better and a nice look up to it.
Like a Eagle Claw?
That Eagle Claw was bad as shit.
No,
No, my most recent favorite for the whiskey was the Rabbit Hole whiskey that they had out. I can't remember because there's two different ones. It was the Blue Label one. I can't remember what the name of it was, but Rabbit Hole.
Glen Gooley Blue? Glen Gooley Blue?
Nah.
Never mind. That's Archer.
Do I look like a secret agent?
You look like the best damn secret agent in the entire world.
Grimm tell you things. Tell you terrible secrets.
All right, so you would go with that one. What about you, Andy?
Funny, during the episodes that we've recorded, it's usually Dr. Pepper or Cherry and Coke, because that's what I have on hand and what is easily accessible from the beer fridge that doesn't generally have beer in it. Plus, we're smoking early enough in the evenings, or I'm smoking during the day, so I can't really have an alcoholic beverage. But if I had my druthers, probably an old fashioned.
Okay. But I agree with you on the Dr. Pepper there. I mean, it get 23 flavors, right?
Can't go wrong.
23.
23 flavors in there.
Dr. Pepper.
It's going to pair well with something.
Right. Root beer
We
works
knew how
really
many
well,
flavors
too.
you had.
Speaking of that, that's mine. Root beer is, if I have it, that is what I like to smoke with pretty much any cigar. Because it kind of has the same effect I think Dr. Pepper would. It kind of just goes well with flavors.
Mixes well with all the
Root
things.
beer, would be mine. And if it's going to be an alcoholic drink, it's got to be whiskey of some sort, of course. I don't think I could do like the cigar and vodka or anything like that. It has to be whiskey.
We need to redo the whole fiddler whiskey thing with cigars.
That was good.
Okay.
That was
really good.
A whiskey and gin and juice is good too, though.
I'll have to try that. I haven't
Never had one of those.
Snoop dogging it out is the way to go sometimes.
But of course, I haven't been rolling down the street smoking Indo either. So
No, I haven't either. Wait, what?
Today.
what about you, Zach?
Well, like Andy was saying, it kind of depends on the time of day, but non-alcoholic beverage, I would go with. I first realized that I like Coke, Coca-Cola Classic, to be honest. And if I can get it with real sugar, a Mexican Coke would be primo. But Dr. Pepper is also really good for that. Something about the sugar and the carbonation just goes well with almost any cigar. I'll drink beer with cigars, but generally it's just like a whiskey of some type, Scotch or bourbon or something like that. Wine is kind of difficult, I think. Sometimes wine doesn't really complement a cigar. I tend to like red wine, like drier wines, and they don't always mesh well with cigars. Sometimes they do, and it'll be like these things were made to be together, but you're taking a little bit of a gamble sometimes when you do that, or I am.
Makes sense.
I'm not a drinker, so normally it's just Diet Dr. Pepper.
See, but there's that Dr. Pepper thing too, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
23
I think Dr. Pepper
flavors.
would be.
Some of them flavors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try that because I don't think I've ever had a Dr. Pepper with a cigar, so that intrigues
Solid.
me. But the root beer, definitely for me.
I've never had a root beer with one. That's intriguing too. I like that.
It's good.
We'll fix that on
Like
patio day.
Maybe like a Barks or IBC or Virgil's or something. Some little
I
extra.
prefer Barks over A&W.
Same.
But I don't know. It's hard to pass up an IBC in a bottle.
Yeah, that's just gold.
Yeah. All right, so let's do a check-in on this cigar. I know I'm about maybe a quarter of the way in. Dang, Robert's almost halfway done.
I'm updating the label.
Well, that could be it. The label's throwing me out because I took mine off.
Hey, I found the mute button that time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, now it looks like I got a lot more cigar.
Yeah, okay.
It does have a sizable band, but it's got a really cool
Is it like a cow skull?
cow skull or bull skull because it has horns,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Barbed wire. Yeah. Very artistic.
It's fancy. Look how fancy.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of cool, like a little dragon on it. Or no, it's not a dragon. What the hell?
It's a cow skull.
What was I looking at?
I was like,
It's
how do
a
you get
cow
dragging
skull.
out of that?
Jesus.
It's not
I'm
doing
an
that
idiot.
You
thing, though.
have done. You do have glasses insurance. You can get new glasses.
Huh?
Just saying.
Oh, shit. I thought you had to stay with the same pair that you get when you were a child. Shit.
Explains so
God, I
much.
hope not.
So much.
Is that why you read with things right next to your face?
Yes.
I don't want to get the bifocals.
No, that means I'm old.
Right? That's why I keep not getting them.
Man, this chick looks awesome. You're reading the Bernstein Bears.
Hey. She was awesome. You shut your face.
You shut your face.
Well, in personal news, this week I'll be turning 53. And for my birthday, Ben,
It's called fishing. He's fishing for compliments and saying happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Dan?
You look very young for your age.
thank you very much. But Ben went and got me a couple of
Fancy
cigars.
David Off.
What?
That's a David Off.
Yeah,
Ben likes you better than he likes me. That's obvious.
yeah,
It
look at that
lost me on my
one.
birthday.
I can't see that one. It's focused on your face.
It too is a David Off.
It's a David Off Churchill.
Nice.
And this bad boy.
Got him a
Look
call.
familiar, Zack?
That just looks like an angry face.
Blind man's buff.
That's a great cigar.
But yeah, it's
Andy gave me one of those a while back, and it's awesome.
It is delish.
So happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah,
thank you.
I texted Ben on my birthday and I said, "Hey man, it's my birthday. What are we doing?" He was like, "New phone. Who does?"
And it worked.
Yeah, I cried the rest of the day. I was distraught, and
He gave you the gift of pain.
yeah, and it kept on giving.
Don't let him lie to you. I gave him a good gift on his birthday.
Oh yeah, cigar. We have them. Has anybody's cigar changed?
Mine has not. If anything,
I haven't
it's gotten
adjusted mine yet.
stronger. It definitely has gotten stronger. Smoke is still thick. Draw is amazing. I agree with you, Zach. The draw is just perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly how I want the draw to be.
There's like no resistance whatsoever.
And
It's
the
burning
smoke
pretty
output
even.
is good.
Yeah, smoke output is heavy, good, but burning really even, which I was surprised because I lit it badly.
Got a little bit of a wonky run, but not too bad.
Yeah,
Feels
I'll
like
go
it's
with
gotten stronger.
definitely. I'll agree with that.
It's a
Stronger.
little bit. Oh, go ahead.
No,
I don't
no,
interrupt. No, go ahead.
no. You go ahead.
Please.
Damn it, just speak, man.
Fine. I don't want to argue about it. It's got a little bit of bitterness to it, but in the way that I like. Bitter like coffee or hops or something like that. This kind of on the back end, enjoying it.
I heard that as bitterness is coffee and cops. I was trying to figure out what the popo had to do with bitterness on your cigar.
Or beer.
Hops.
He wants to go in and, roll out down the street smoking Indo and drinking that gin and juice with Grimm.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. It's gotten heavier, but not. It's not like hitting a brick wall heavier. It's just, it's a mild change.
So maybe that's why it had a medium rating, because it hadn't hit heavy. But
yeah, I think it falls between medium and full. I think it's more of a medium full cigar.
Yeah, I'd give it medium full more than medium, but it's definitely toward that heavier side, medium. But enjoyable.
Hey, Grimm.
Did you say me?
I did. I said Grimm.
Hey! I got crazy ass this light. It's great.
It's great. Took Lucas to Dallas for Fan Fest this weekend. I almost called you.
I'm jealous because conventions are just like my weekends. That's how I relieve stress. I go wait in line.
Well,
that's the best part,
right? I was gonna ask you if I get one of these photos or signatures, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it other than stick it in a box and let it age
Frame it
until somebody dies?
Frame it. Well, okay. So you got frames, which you can do. They have portfolios that you can get that artists usually use for like displaying, like, for me it's comic pages, like the pages that they actually put in the comic books. The artist will actually sell those at conventions. You can get stuff like that, and then just usually books and such. But really, you definitely don't want to leave it in the wild as far as it goes for like on a bookshelf somewhere, or not in a frame, or not in some sort of protection, because the signature will fade depending on how they signed it. It has a lot of chance of bending and getting folds and stuff.
I do have a question. Maybe I missed it. What did you get signed?
I didn't, because I couldn't figure out the hell I was going to spend $150 on a signature for, just to leave as evidence for my wife to kill me later.
Grimm has a really good tip for that. If you're going to get something signed, especially at that, much money to get it signed, the signature may decrease the value of whatever you're having signed if you're not careful. And Grimm knows a lot about that.
So, if you're doing grading, because that's the thing, is like they have grading for comic books, and they have it for like sports cards and stuff like that, where they'll take the card or the comic and they'll put it through a process where they check like what the integrity and all that shit, and how good the object looks, and then they'll give it a score. And if you don't get it graded when you're getting the autograph, like say a comic book, they won't verify that the signature belongs to the person that signed it, and they'll mark it as basically like if your kid put Sharpie on the front of the cover, like defacing it.
Wow.
So there's a lot of extra fees as far as it goes for, like, usually artists or somebody or a writer will do like an extra. It's like an extra $20 to have someone sit there and actually say, "Hey, I'm watching you sign this comic book or card or whatever it is," and then they walk over to a station where they fill out your paperwork and sign it. Square you up for payment for doing the grading and everything else like that, because you don't pay for the grading with the signature, you pay for it after the fact, so it's still a separate charge.
Okay.
So is that almost like getting it notarized or something?
Basically, it's the same process, because the notary, you have to actually sit there and actually fill out the paperwork in front of them, and then they'll stamp it that you were the one that did it. Same idea, but without the government process involved. It's just, hey, I saw so and so sign this comic. I vouch for it, and they're, good to go from there.
Either way, I was happy to see Paul Bettany at a distance, Andy Serkis at a distance.
Yeah, that's fun. Like, just going through like the Walk of Fame or whatever, and just saying, "Hey, I see so and so. That's cool."
Right?
Hey, like the circus monkeys they are, because that's what it really boils down to.
It is.
They're there to be an attraction. Yeah, we've definitely met me and my wife. We've definitely met some really cool people throughout the years. Have you guys watched Firefly or Serenity?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we met Ron Glass, who, shut up, man, no one cares. I'm sorry. I just lash out sometimes. I'm sorry. Shh. It's okay.
Did he say no?
He said no.
I'm gonna have this cigar console me.
Do it. We met Ron Glass, who is Shepherd Book from the series, but we met him after Firefly came out, but before Serenity hit theaters.
Oh, wow.
And, we're real excited, me and my wife, and we're just in there talking to him. We're like, hey, if the movie does well and the show comes back, are you going to try and re-sign up or, come back to the show or whatever? And he's like, we'll see, But, at the point in time, we were like, he sounds like he's avoiding the question, or, he's not really giving, and I was like, we'd actually debated, if it was, a confidentiality thing or anything else like that. And then we're sitting in the theater just watching the movie, and then his death scene happens, and we're like, oh!
Damn it!
Damn it!
Spoilers!
Oh, dude, that movie came out in 2000.
I'm joking. I saw it in the theater. I was hurt by that moment very badly.
I didn't know.
You know what? If you haven't seen it,
the hell up. You should have seen it by now.
Yeah, that's like being like, I didn't know the Titanic sank.
What?
What?
The Titanic
Oh,
thing?
did I ruin that for you?
When did this happen?
What?
Oh my god!
I mean, I see the museums everywhere.
What do you mean Romeo and Juliet died at the end?
It's like Pride and Prejudice and zombies, which, by the way, makes that book so much better.
Yes.
Does it?
It does.
Yeah.
What do you mean they turned him into a robot? Why would they call it RoboCop then? The missing letter.
Same reason that cop's driving, behind Gibs. Or whoever had the cop.
No, it was me. And that was weird too, because it was literally like a split second, and I've got plenty more road than that. I don't understand.
There's no need for that.
So, moral of the story is, if you're going to spend that much on a signature and you want to get it graded, make sure you pay that extra $30 or whatever it is to.
Yeah, you got to make sure you research beforehand and do it right, because they generally don't grade headshots and the such, because there's not a way to say, hey, this is what standardized this product is, because they change it up on a regular basis, but. If you're gonna spend the money and get something specific signed, say a video game or the such, you really want to make sure you follow the rules.
Yep.
Hey,
It was just everything you said.
Huh?
Yeah, my dog is losing her shit right now.
So I've definitely hit the sweet spot on this cigar. And I'm liking it. And consistent, very consistent cigar. Hasn't changed flavors on me. Hasn't changed anything. I mean, same exact as the other check-in. Smoke, everything. It's consistent.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't get that chocolatey flavor? No, I'm kidding. I don't either. It's fairly
chocolate. No.
To go back real quick,
who are you looking for
$150?
Hmm?
Who Who are you looking to get an autograph from for $150?
Nobody for $150.
I thought you said there was somebody that you were, and then you were like, I don't know what to get him signed.
Well, no. If I was going to get, I think almost James. Is it James Edward Olmos?
Edward James Olmos.
James Edward Olmos.
Thanks. I always get that backwards. I would have gotten his. His was, I think, his autographs. His autograph was 50, and a photo was 60.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been that in like a decade plus. Because when Battlestar Galactica came out, he was $120. We skipped him.
I think Paul Bettany was 100 plus for both.
We
Andy Serkis was 100 plus for both. I'd have to go back and look in the app to see what, or go pull up the website to see who got the list of photo ops. I didn't realize, being one of the first cons that I actually didn't pay to go to, and just had the opportunity to walk in and do what I wanted. Being responsible for other people's kids, because I wasn't a chaperone, but I was a driver, and I had to keep up with my kids. But I think I would have paid more attention to some of the talks and whatnot that were available, and I think other than wandering the panels, yeah. I enjoyed going and seeing the 501st display. There was some cool D&D stuff going on. Of course, there was just the convention floor with, hey, let me sell you all of this shit. Like my kid, a $75 lightsaber. Or as somebody else called it, a $75 glow stick.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch. But it's funny you're talking about grading. I saw a company that was doing selling graded things, and then would also grade your whatever if you brought things with to get graded. And those, they didn't realize they graded VHS tapes.
Yeah, they VHS tapes, old games, DVDs, Blu-rays. I've seen. I saw one company, although I don't know any of the major names that have done it yet, that did Laserdisc.
Jeez. It's funny that you mentioned VHS tapes. I don't know if there's a video going around on one of the late night talk shows. I think it was Jimmy Fallon, where Pete Davidson had gone out and purchased all. They say it was the rest of the existing VHS tapes that are still sealed in the box. He went out and bought as many as he could, and he has boxes and boxes and boxes sitting at his house, or unopened VHS tapes, right?
Wow.
And he said that since he did that, the price of VHS tapes sealed in the box has skyrocketed.
Oh, no doubt.
And he recently just sold his copy of Rocky that was originally in VHS sealed for $20 grand.
Jeez. Damn.
I was like, that is genius.
Everything has a price, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had the foresight to see it, and he did it. And I was like, good on you, man.
And that's the thing is vintage stuff like vinyls and such, they're all making a comeback because people have, an emotional attachment to it. I remember playing records at my grandma's house or whatever, and then, going from there. So VHS is one of them. I actually laughed. Somebody bought a graded copy of Pokemon Yellow version for Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and it was a 10.0 perfect copy. But because it had to go through customs, they ripped it open to see what was actually inside the box.
Oh.
So it was completely destroyed, and it was a $500 complete loss at that point in time because customs won't cover that shit. They don't give a shit.
They don't care.
Yeah, they zero fucks.
Damn.
Now, if they suspect something in there, it's coming off.
Yep.
Dang.
So I thought that was funny. I mean, it sucks. I felt bad for the guy that it had happened to, but at the same time, he probably made more off the meme, if he budgeted it right than he did, buying that, that game.
Still, ouch.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
A while ago, I
Maybe
was
the custom game.
good.
I said maybe the custom guy thought it was Christmas. He was like, Pokemon! Shit, I gotta get it. Oh,
Is this
shit,
the one where
wasn't mine.
Pikachu follows you around? Holy shit, I'm playing this! I got a lunch break coming up!
A while ago, I came across like a collector's book for Transformer toys, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna look up the Transformer I remember from when I was a kid that I totally destroyed," and it was like a tow truck kind of thing, and it was worth like $250, and I totally just like wrecked that thing.
Man, I was amazed.
That's what you do with toys.
Yeah, it's what
Right,
you do with it.
that's what you do with
I
it.
played with it.
Yeah,
John,
if I'd have been a collector when I was 5 years old, I'd be in money.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I do
like-
wonder how many people are like going out and just buying popular toys right now and hanging on to them for that reason, because it's insane like how some of those things just like go up in value crazy amounts for whatever reason.
You got to remember though that remember Beanie Babies?
Beanie
Yes.
Babies.
I mean, they went whoop and then
Yeah.
There's still a couple that you
Yeah,
can get just a shit ton of money for, like the Princess Diana one. Like if it's in good condition or been rated or anything else like that, like
Yeah.
it's thousands for something
Yeah,
that.
but no, that one's actually fallen off. Which is weird. I mean, you still get a good amount of money on it. Don't get me wrong, but at one time you could get like 20, 30,000.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying you can
that's
get
not-
what it got at peak, but I'm still saying like as far as it goes for like it being a collectible that's completely fallen off, like it's insane. There's not a whole lot of them that or a lot of
did that.
collectible items over the years that did that.
And that's because they flooded the market with Beanie Babies. That's why, and they branched out to so many different things that it killed the collectible market on that.
and I'm pretty sure there's a Netflix documentary on it. Or
Sure
movie.
there is.
Probably.
I just can't remember the name of it, but it's about the guy that envisioned Beanie Babies and his relationships and how all of that insanity inspired or transpired.
Is that one actually a documentary, or is that just like a movie based on that?
I think it's a movie based.
Okay.
Based on.
He had his own YouTube channel. He's like, I had the best life ever, and now it's all gone.
Well, the one thing to remember about collectibles is it's only worth what someone's willing to pay. So, even that Beanie Baby, there'd be somebody out there saying, "Hey, I need that. I'm going to pay $30,000 if I ever find it."
Hey, there's Star Wars toys in my basement. Somebody wants to buy them, I'll sell them.
I saw the picture, and you can get those graded, by the way.
Yay?
Mm-hmm.
Knock yourself out, Robert. I'll sell them to you for whatever they come back rated for.
No, I have a limit as to how much I'll spend.
What's that limit?
And right now, I'm doing cards, and I won't buy a card for over $20.
What kind of cards are you collecting?
Well, it was Pokemon, Star Wars has some cool ones out. I've done some sports. Like the other night, I bought an O.J. Simpson card for like $3. Like a 76, 70, early 70s card. I'm going to send it and get graded. Just because it's O.J. Simpson.
Does it come
Yeah,
with
Gibbs,
a-
I need you to send me
a
that
glove?
picture.
Yeah, I didn't even check. I should have seen if he was wearing gloves in it, man. That would have made it even more.
All right.
I remember.
Cigar check.
Oh, all right. Still smoking it. Still more of a medium full to me than a medium. Still a good burn. Still a good, great draw, great smoke. It's not getting hot. But steady flavor throughout so far.
Same.
Yep.
Nothing
I
new.
pretty much have to say. Go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
Oh, that's it. Just nothing new. Just continuing to be great.
I'll agree with that. Yes. The draw is still nice and burning evenly.
It's very, very tightly rolled because it's staying together really well.
I see we forgot to play the long ash competition today.
Well, I didn't know we were supposed
I
to.
was gonna
Robert-
try it, but I was like, nah.
Robert would have won.
Hey, I dethroned him last week. Thank you.
Did you?
Shut up.
Yeah,
Picture didn't
exactly.
count.
God, give me having my one time. Just one.
Well, man, are we keeping track?
No.
Just check. Oh, smoke in my eyes.
Yeah, that is one thing I've noticed about this one. For some reason, the smoke is like gathering right here in my glasses and just staying there. You know, I'm like, okay, let me blink a couple times, make sure it gets moisture in there.
You see Robert's wearing long sleeves, dude. It's like 90 out here. It goes the other way, buddy.
This way.
Yeah, that'll work.
Try that. Yeah.
Let us know how that works out.
As close to the end of the cap as you can get.
We have a pen newbie here who's trying it.
Hey.
Hey, yay! All bougie and shit, as my wife said the other day.
Bougie?
It is
Bougie.
it is kind of a bougie thing, to be 100% honest, because you have a tool to continue smoking your cigar, and how many people actually do that?
The ones that enjoy the cigar.
I forgot mine on the trip and was having a cigar by the pool, or from my floor, whichever way you want to look at that particular picture that's on the socials. I ended up using my pocket knife because that's what I happen to have on me.
Yeah.
I'm a real man about it. I just smoke until I need a medic.
That works. You want the medic from TF2, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're gonna die.
Archimedes? Dude, I love those videos. The meet the
TF2?
doctor, meet the soldier, and all those. Those videos just they get me.
They're hilarious. Team Fortress 2?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Dude, if you were
yeah,
cool or
it's
hip,
classic.
you would know what we were talking about.
I'm not cool. That's the problem.
Okay, well,
I've never been cool.
we'll sit down and watch all the videos.
And that's why I have
Okay.
a podcast, because you're not cool.
Yeah, that's why I host a podcast, so you're forced to think that I have some kind of coolness because I have a podcast.
To provide you with culture.
And yeah, that's it.
Because you're an
I'm so sad.
You have to share your glory with everybody.
No, that's my OnlyFans page. No, wait, that's your OnlyFans
that's the
page.
one- I was gonna say, is that the one with
all
the
your
earlobe?
glory?
You know, I'm
I don't think anybody's
gonna tempt fate here before my wife is like, "Why are you on OnlyFans?" And I'm gonna see what the sign-up process is so we can do this.
Yep. It's gonna be weenuses, and it's gonna be what else have we determined that we need to OnlyFans it? Oh yeah, crotch
Earlobes.
shots. Just random crotch shots and earlobes.
Earlobes.
We're gonna do earlobes as well.
Don't forget feet.
No feet. That's overdone.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm seriously doubting weenuses and earlobes are saturating the market right now. So we can cash in.
It's genius if you really think about it.
You'd be losing money not doing it.
We can almost get a whole only beards thing going.
Only beards.
Robert, quit shaving.
Yeah, stop shaving, Robert.
No more shaving.
Okay, so I'm on the page where it's like sign up for your, to support your favorite creators, and I'm like, no, I wanted to be a creator. Why are you doing this? And then like I scroll just a little bit further down, and every video is like, so and so's in the kitchen, so and so is doing bartending, and they're all like focused directly here. While I guess someone's supposed to be talking or whatever, but we know what the intent is at this point.
Yep.
Like, I'm not being fooled. So our weenuses, our earlobes, they're gonna make a hit. They're gonna be big.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna put us over the top.
Do we have a podcast email?
We do. It is patio reviews at theleafcutters.com, and that's the-leaf-cutters.
Was the leaf cutters without the dashes already taken?
Yes, it was.
Damn it.
But I had an interesting experience this weekend. I went to a cigar shop, and it was pretty cool. They sold beer, and it was really weird as far as like they sold beer, but then they were telling me about basically marijuana infused drinks as well, and then tattoos, and then he added like video games on top of that. I'm like, dude, you're doing too much. Exactly. I'm like, you're just stacking up all different things, but it's really interesting the people you meet in cigar shops.
For sure.
There was a guy there, and I apologize. I'm going to mention you because you actually got on our podcast site. And you're probably going to listen to this if your name is Justin or Jason, but you were really cool. Really nice guy. Sat down. I was asking him if I could sit with him because I didn't know anybody there, and he had been there the whole time. So I was like, I'd sit with this guy. And we sat down and started having, fascinating conversations about the different cigars and everything like that, and the promo people that come through there. And for this week, they had La Guara, which I had never heard before.
That one's new to me.
Yeah, it's new to me too, but they're based out of Miami. And the rep was, he was okay. Or at least he ignored me because I wasn't spending enough money on his stuff. But you start going, this guy I was talking to, was super nice, but he seemed like one of those guys that, was kind of a loner. It didn't seem like he was really sociable. Once you got him talking, it was fascinating. So I tell you that story because if you do go into a cigar shop, talk to people, like literally just have a conversation with somebody. You'll learn, especially if you're a new cigar smoker, you will learn a lot of stuff from people who are in cigar shops, believe it or not. And most of them that I've met have been friendly. He didn't have to let me sit with him or anything like that. He could have been like, no, go away, I'll just smoke this by myself. But he didn't. He was a really nice dude, really cool. He told me, he actually was telling me about stuff that was going on at the cigar shop because he hangs out there a lot, evidently. He was telling me about all the different promoters that are coming in. So if anybody, you like in particular, like he said that Perdomo was going to be there today. So I was like, yeah, that'd be a cool rep to go see. So yeah, talk to people, get social with them. It's actually a social thing you're doing. Cigar smoking is social. So,
well, to add on to that, I'm sorry, were you done?
I'm done.
Cut you off. I'm sorry.
I was floundering anyway.
To add to that, cigar and cigar smokers are a community, and it's a thing to be a quote unquote brother or sister of the leaf. That's a widely used term in the cigar smoking community, and Gibbs is right. You go to a shop, you can sit by yourself, and eventually someone's probably going to come sit with you just to A, there's a seat there, and B, just to strike up a conversation. I've found that, I think, in most shops that I've been into. If I'm not hanging with somebody, if I'm just going and parking my ass in a chair, eventually I'll end up talking to somebody that's coming through, or just shooting the shit for no reason. And you're right, you can learn all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've had business discussions with people I have that I don't recall, but we've had business talks about other businesses, technology, because those are the things that I'm familiar with, not just cigars. It's not loud enough. Do it again. Closer to the microphone. There we go.
As he burns his mic.
Yeah, I'm always surprised at how enjoyable it is to strike up a conversation with a person at a cigar shop. You just kind of, it's a laid back environment already, so people are usually pretty open, and hear about interesting stuff. People work in very different fields. Doctors, lawyers, pilots.
Trash guys,
construction workers, trash guys, all that. And it doesn't seem to be like as elitist as I originally imagined it being in a cigar shop.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You might get an occasional jerk, asshole, whatever. But that's going to be anywhere you go. But just the point is, don't be afraid to talk to somebody, because like I said, you may learn something from them. You may have an interesting conversation. You may not, but at least you reached out, you talked to somebody, you have a good time with it. I mean, that's what cigar shops are for, is just have a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that brings up a good question. I think we have for a later show, the whole cigar shop versus website thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm done.
Well, you're done first. Guess what you got to do? You got to rate it.
Hang on, Grimm's got a thing. Say, Grimm. Speak, Grimm.
My battery is at 4 minutes, so hey, real quick, 3.5 is pretty delicious. A little peppery for my taste. Whatever, it's still good though. I would enjoy putting it into rotation. Ben, check your email. We need to verify that we are Earlobe McGillicuddy, who is the person from the Leaf Cutters that is going to be earlobing it up on OnlyFans. So check that shit out. But I hate to cut this short, but I as I said, it's 4 minutes left on the battery. So
Windows 4 minutes.
Well, technically it says 10 minutes, but yeah, it's Windows 10 minutes.
So anywhere between 2 and 20. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's Danger Will Robinson close. So
Microsoft
right,
timing.
So Robert,
I would say 4.5. I'd throw it into the rotation. Burned nice. Draw it through nice. And stayed consistent throughout.
And it didn't sink into your chair.
I did not sink into the chair.
so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think that's a bad
He's
thing.
sinking into his chair. He's usually enjoying the shit out of it. And he's all like, yeah. But I'm kind of with Grimm on this one. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I would pick it up at a cigar shop, but I would probably pick something over it. But if it were in there and it was contending with something else, unless I knew the other thing was better, I'd probably grab it. But I'm going to go ahead with 3.5.
Zack, you want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
You can go ahead. Or I can go, whatever you want.
Go for it.
I'm kind of torn between a 3.5 and a 4. So, I'm going to give it a 4 because it's solid. I'm enjoying it. It's the construction's perfect, and it relit really well. I neglected it for a little bit, and it went out, but I just barely touched it with the lighter, and it came back. And yeah, I'm gonna go 4. 4 leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 4 leaves. Part of that's totally because I have a soft spot in my heart for Black Label Trading Company. The other part of that is it was consistent. The flavors were good. I haven't really put it down other than to adjust my ass in my seat. The flavors are good. So, yeah, I'm going to go with 4 leaves. Anything Black Label finds its way into my rotation. So there's not a whole lot of argument there.
Yeah. And I'm not lightheaded from this one, so that's a plus for me, I guess. All right, and on that note, I guess I'm gonna go. Well, actually, no. Again, we got to pick what we're gonna smoke next week.
Robert finished first. It's Robert's turn.
Yeah. Robert's like, I don't know what we're smoking next week.
I don't know.
I don't even know. What
You guys tell me. Let's see. What do we got?
Well, you have the Goss, you have the Four Kicks Mule, and you have the Agnarosa. Did I say that right?
Close enough.
Let's go with the Agnarosa.
Agnarosa.
All
All right. So,
learn to spell it between now and then.
Okay.
well, I did spell it out. I just can't remember it. So, on that note, I'm going to say,
I have
Good
the
night.
cigar. Do you
Wait.
want to show it?
yeah, you can show it if you want.
All right. So this is what we'll be having next week, or next time we record.
Yep.
Sweet. Agnarosa.
And remember,
Yeah,
kids,
again, we're-
get your
Yep.
tobacco and fucking shit at badasspenny.com.
Yes.
I think we should close with that.
Good night, y'all.
And of course, follow us on the socials. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. Please communicate with us. Like us if you want to like us, but we're definitely there for you. Let us know how we're doing. And good night.
Good night.
Good night.